I know she had one beer that I'm aware of.
Accused of hitchhiking, stealing a van, and driving under the influence. The bizarre story you'll only see on 13 ABC Action News.
Putting pot on the ballot, but the effort fell short. What's next for the effort to legalize marijuana in Ohio?
There are children that are involved in this situation.
2 overdoses in 2 days. How police track down the suspected dealers.
As we come on the air, an update to breaking news we first brought you on Action News at noon. Authorities have identified the driver killed in a semi-crash as 63-year-old Jordy Mahalo from Ontario, Canada.
Police say he slammed into stopped traffic on US 24 just outside Napoleon. This was the scene just before noon today. Henry County Sheriff's deputies telling 13 ABC traffic was stopped for a train, but Mahalo slammed into those stopped vehicles. The truck burst into flames, killing him. One lane is still shut down tonight, so ODOT can make significant repairs to the pavement. With that, we say welcome into 13 minutes of nonstop news. I'm Lee Conklin.
And I'm Diane Larson. This story now. A 60-year-old woman is at the Lucas County Jail tonight accused of hitchhiking, stealing the driver's van, and crashing it a few miles away.
13 ABC's Christine Long live with continuing coverage of what police call an odd case.
Lee, Diane, the suspect is charged with OVI. Her wild ride allegedly began here at this gas station. Police say they don't often see hitchhiking cases anymore. A California man says he picked her up in Illinois in the middle of his cross-country road trip, and she wanted to get to Maine.
She was in a truck stop with a sign that said need food.
George Kuzmich says he picked up a hitchhiker just outside Chicago on his way to Boston. 60-year-old Rebecca Enlau, a woman with several aliases, according to police.
Have you ever picked a hitchhiker up before?
Many, many times when I was young, just to offer a ride. I mean, there's been times when I needed a ride and I was appreciative.
This road trip went south when the two stopped to get gas at the Meijer on Central Avenue in Sylvania Township. Kuzmich says Enlau took the van.
I said, well, move over, I'm driving. And that's when she gave me a nasty look, and I said, come on, move over. So instead of moving over, she stepped on it.
State troopers say Enlau was driving drunk east on Airport Highway, swerving near Crissy Road when she crashed into the fence of a business.
Witnesses reported that she almost struck a motorcycle and also an armored vehicle.
A lot of people don't hitchhike. It's kind of out of style.
The deputy chief of the Sylvania Township Police Department, which is handling the vehicle theft part of the case, says it's dangerous to pick up hitchhikers. It has resulted in tragedy.
I mean, this is kind of an odd case, stealing a car, but you never know who you're going to pick up.
We get them on occasion on the on-ramps and stuff. As far as them being a problem, we haven't really had any. I've been on for 3 years, and this is the first time we've ever had an incident like this where a hitchhiker has stolen a vehicle.
I think I made a mistake by picking up the wrong individual.
According to the Lucas County Jail, the suspect has not yet been fully booked into the jail because staff is trying to give her time to sober up so she can stand up for her mugshot. Reporting live from Sylvania Township, Christine Long, 13 ABC Action News.
We are tracking some rain tonight, but when it's gone, won't be back for several days.
I believe that when we see it. 13 minutes of
You don't
nonstop
believe
news. I believe Jay. Just I don't trust the actual weather. Jay.
Yeah, this weekend, a slight chance of rain. Saturday became 2 rounds of rain. Now Sunday we did call for a chance of storms to form, pretty much on par, but both those events kept temperatures below 90, which we thought we'd come close to. We hit 88 over the weekend, so off by a couple degrees. Now for tonight, speaking of rain, not a whole lot out there yet. With our live Doppler 13,000 HD, find a few showers south of Fort Wayne, perhaps some sprinkles in Michigan. But overall, it's just been a partly cloudy, dry, and mild evening. Current temperatures here are running in that summer range between about 74 and 77. As far as the forecast tomorrow, a chance of rain will continue through the early morning. You can see here with our graphic system through about 7, 8 o'clock, chance of a shower, and then skies eventually becoming mostly sunny throughout the day. High temperatures up near 80, and with that, as the temperature rises, the humidity will be falling. The comfort level goes up and up and up. And as mentioned, the dry weather may last for a while. We'll let you know how long in the 7-day forecast coming up.
Happening tomorrow, a local funeral home director accused of abusing a corpse is due back in court. Police say Robert Tate Jr. did not cremate several bodies quickly enough. Police raided Tate Funeral Home in May. They took 11 bodies from the facility. A state panel also suspended his license.
Effort to legalize marijuana here in Ohio falling short on signatures today. Secretary of State John Husted says too many signatures were not valid. Now that means the group Responsible Ohio has 10 days to collect about 30,000 more. The proposed amendment would allow adults 21 and over to buy pot for recreational use. Voters could decide the issue in November if those signatures are validated. 5 people are behind bars tonight after a heroin overdose investigation in Defiance. Charges range from possession to child endangering. 13 ABC's Amy Montgomery talked with police who say it all started after 2 people OD'd.
Routinely, we are called to assist on drug overdose investigations.
Chief Deputy Doug Engel is part of the Multi-Area Narcotics Task Force. It's designed to keep drugs out of Northwest Ohio communities. And recently in Defiance, they were able to put some potential dealers behind bars.
This one was unique because both of the drug overdoses led us back to this residence on Ayersville Avenue.
Friday, the task force executed a search warrant at the apartment. 33-year-old Martin Alejo and 32-year-old San Juanita Kemet were both arrested and charged with possession of heroin. A third person, Benjamin Smith, was arrested on a probation violation and charged with possession of methamphetamine.
I definitely would say that the heroin episodes are on the rise. The methamphetamine is on the rise.
In fact, these arrests came after 2 possible overdoses in 2 days. A 37-year-old man who was treated and released, and 33-year-old Jessica Levine. Both she and 22-year-old Chantel Talat were arrested soon after for possession of heroin and child endangering.
So we're talking quite a few kids that actually have to have assistance by state organizations.
Engel says in some cases, the children witnessed the overdoses. He hopes these arrests will be a reality check and help keep drugs off the streets. Amy Montgomery, 13 ABC, Action News.
4 suspects are being held at the Correction Center of Northwest Ohio. The others at the Paulding County Jail. Authorities say each one has either already been through rehab or is currently undergoing treatment to get off heroin.
New tonight, a drug task force searched a home in Fostoria and found suspected drugs and evidence of trafficking there. Officers raided the house on Bannister Street earlier today. Inside, they found money, suspected crack and cocaine, and evidence of drug trafficking. Officers arrested this woman, 34-year-old Janetta Thompson. She's charged with cocaine possession. Additional charges are pending.
State of Ohio is getting a big boost to help victims of human trafficking. The Departments of Medicaid and Family Services are working with county officials to reduce waiting times for victims. The plans announced today include addiction treatment and offering shelter. Authorities say Northwest Ohio is a hub for human trafficking.
Well, some are calling it a milestone. The first same-sex couple with equal rights adopted a child in Lucas County today. Joe and Gina Jakeway adopted 6-month-old Devin Jakeway this morning. This is the first same-sex couple that could adopt and have both parents listed since the U.S. Supreme Court ruled in favor of gay marriage. The couple already has 1 son, but Joe is the only one listed on any paperwork.
I'm just so happy right now because during his adoption I had to sit and watch my wife adopt him without me, and to be able to actually be her parent and to be her legal parent and for it to be recognized is enormous for me.
And the Jakeways say they're not done. The couple plans to adopt a total of 6 kids.
The state of Ohio is still working to make changes since the Supreme Court ruling. The State House working to host marriages inside the historic building. The state says no same-sex couples have applied to be married there. Ohio's tax department ditched a form used only by married same-sex couples. Funeral directors and hospitals also have new birth and death certificates. These documents use gender-neutral terms such as parent and spouse. New tonight, an Ohio man is taking it upon himself to help protect the men and women serving our country. Robert Bolt stood guard in front of a military recruiting center near Cincinnati today. This comes after a man shot and killed 4 Marines in Chattanooga, Tennessee, also shooting and killing Randall Smith. The Paulding County native was a petty officer in the Navy. Bolt is calling on others to follow his lead.
We plan on being here as long as it takes. As long as the soldiers are here, we plan on being here. Hopefully America wakes up and realizes that these soldiers need to be armed and able to defend themselves against a threat.
This comes as at least half a dozen states are rethinking security at National Guard facilities. Police killed the shooter in a gunfight. CNN reports investigators found writings that showed he was not happy with the U.S. government or the war on terror. New tonight, the Findlay Courier reports the city is considering banning farm animals. A committee will look into laws to increase restrictions on animals within city limits. Hancock County's chief animal control officer tells the Courier that it's not a big problem, saying they only get 6 to 12 complaints each year. Toledo City Council recently passed an ordinance limiting livestock. Anyone living in the city is limited to owning only 6 chickens.
13 ABC teaming up with the State Division of Unclaimed Funds tonight to help connect you to money the state may owe you. Money coming from unclaimed security deposits, checking accounts, insurance, or other cash that goes forgotten or abandoned. State says it has over $2 billion in unclaimed funds and spends $8 million each year to track the owners down. Last year, the average payout was $1,600.
Under current Ohio law, there's no statute of limitation. So all the funds are held in perpetuity. So you can come and claim them, or your children or grandchildren, as long as they can establish relationship with the original owner.
Now, if you missed out on our phone bank tonight, you can get connected to 13abc.com for much more information on how to find out if the state owes you money.
In your vote, Ohio Governor John Kasich is expected to officially throw his hat into the race for president tomorrow. The Republican is hosting an event at The Ohio State University in Columbus. 13ABC will be there. We'll bring you his announcement as soon as he makes it.
There are just a handful of airports that have them. Nursing stations for new moms on the go. Now those moms are fighting back. Washington correspondent Kelly Meyer has the story tonight.
It's something every new mom could go through while traveling, where to go to comfortably nurse their child. Congresswoman Cheri Bustos of Illinois faced this problem herself and realized something needed to be done.
I can't tell you how many flights I've missed the connecting flight or my flight's late.
When it comes to traveling and being a new mom, well, the two don't always go together easily. Congresswoman Cheri Bustos of Illinois could tell you that firsthand.
My husband and I have 3 sons, and so I knew about this way back when, the issues that were associated with being a young mother, and we got to make sure that there are options there.
That's why she's co-sponsoring a bill that would make sure airports have safe, sanitary stations to nurse your child. It's called the Friendly Airports for Mothers Act. The bipartisan bill would require commercial airports to provide private rooms for breastfeeding mothers in every terminal. We reached out to the Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport to see if they had one in place. They don't, but they gave us this statement. For mothers like Congresswoman Bustos, she won't stop until there's a solution.
We'll keep moving this forward and want the young mothers to know we can relate. Again, my youngest is 25 years old now, but I raised my sons and know that the challenges that are associated with something like this.
Some moms have come up with a temporary solution. They're private nursing pods that are scattered across various airports. They could give moms the privacy they need until the Friendly Airports for Mothers Act is passed. Reporting in Washington, I'm Kelly Meyer.
And one study of a group of around 100 airports found just 8 provided private nursing rooms that met minimum requirements.
And it's going to be closed for a long time.
13 minutes after 11, much more ahead tonight. Major detours in the works after a horrible bridge collapse on a vital road.
Texas tussle caught on tape. What authorities say happened between the officer and the young suspect.
I'm honest. I know what integrity is. I have integrity.
And then giving back the money that wasn't meant for him. The guy's shocked by the chicken joint's response.
Those stories, plus Jay says a beautiful stretch of weather's on the way, but that's after yet another chance of rain. We're back in just 35 seconds.
This is 13 ABC Action News with Diane Larson and Lee Conklin. Now, 13 ABC First Warning Weather with Chief Meteorologist Jay Berschbach.
Nothing of substance on our live Doppler 13,000 HD picture. Maybe a few sprinkles here or there, but the main action here on Viper HD is farther to our south. Down along I-70, sinking southward, had a few showers north of Detroit as well, but not much for us tonight as a boundary moves through that brings an even cooler, less humid air for tomorrow. How about today's numbers? Well, we did manage to hit 84, very close to the average of 85. The low, comfortable, 57 degrees, and no rainfall today, but looks like overnight a trace to 0.05 of an inch now, a possibility. Temperature still 74 with the clouds out there. A mild overnight expected. Southwest winds are at 6, dew point 64, the relative humidity at 71%. And across the board here, all of us in the 70s except one place. That exception pops up every night, doesn't it? But it's 80 right now in Sandusky. That's the warm spot. The cool spot to live right now, Bowling Green, and even 70. Here's your forecast with Predictor by the hour. Now, we do have mainly cloudy skies tonight. That'll carry us right into early tomorrow. And if you look carefully, you see a few hints of green out there. Those are the chances for rainfall as this, again, kind of a dew point boundary or some less humid air works in. So we have showers to our south, a few sprinkles here to the east of us at 7 a.m. We'll take you through about midday. Showers pop over Lake Erie with some lake enhancement, but really for most, the trend here by noon is for skies to become at least partly sunny, if not mostly sunny. How about the afternoon? Well, with some colder air above us and we have that warm air at the surface, I know it's only going to be 80, but that warm air rises up and will produce a few extra clouds here, a threatening sky at times, but rain-free. So a couple hours here of partly cloudy skies, goes back to mostly sunny late, and that sets up about 4, if not 5 straight days of dry weather, which is what many of us need after that soaking rain this weekend, and really soaking to be outside with all the heat and the humidity. For tonight, your low 65 degrees, partly cloudy, a few light showers possible, winds from the west here at 5 to 15. For tomorrow in the Hourcast, the trend from cloudy skies or mostly cloudy skies to mostly sunny for the afternoon. Average high again 84, so we're in that ballpark with a high near 80 at 3 and 6, but the winds will be a little bit higher than they were today. From the north, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Now your 7-day forecast. Wednesday, mostly sunny, 78 degrees, 81 on Thursday, 84 on Friday, and your weekend, warm, not quite as humid as last weekend, each day in the mid-80s, and that chance of rain still looks pretty good for the timing. Overnight Saturday into early Sunday morning, that chance of rain about 30%. Dry to start next week for Monday, the high 85, and that by then, that'll be above average. We've only done that a couple times this month, if not this summer, and still have yet to hit 90. I believe the count now 316 days of sub-90 temperatures. We've had one summer without hitting 90 at all. That was 1907.
I remember it well.
Yeah, I mean, like yesterday, I got on my iPod that day and checked the weather. But it's very rare to go this deep into the summer, so we will have to see. The next week, not in the forecast. Every day is getting just a little bit shorter now. Right. Sun's a little bit lower in the sky, so we'll see what happens. Maybe the second year all time. Yeah.
Well, we did have it in September in 2014, so maybe this September too.
We were all around for that.
Yes.
We were.
With my iPod. Now.
Make that clear. All right. Thanks, Jay. Still to come on Action News tonight. No crying over spilled milk, but there is some major cleaning up to do after this crash.
Cheaters exposed, cyber breach at Ashley Madison Plus.
Looked like it was just a log laying on the beach.
Anything but the explosive find in vacation country.
First, here are tonight's winning lottery numbers from your official lottery station, 13 ABC.
At least 31 people are dead after a suicide bombing in Turkey. Authorities say someone attacked a meeting about rebuilding a nearby Syrian city. Battles with ISIS destroyed the town. Turkey's prime minister says authorities suspect ISIS is behind this particular attack. Millions of cheaters could be exposed after a cyber attack on a matchmaking website. Parent company of Ashley Madison confirming the personal information of some of its users was posted online. Hackers are threatening to release more names unless the site's taken down. Ashley Madison is a matchmaking website for cheating spouses. The company behind the site says it secured that site today and is working with police to find out and prosecute the hackers.
A major California highway is shut down after a bridge collapsed. Authorities say the 30-foot section of the bridge came down on the interstate. It runs from Southern California to Arizona. That highway now closed indefinitely. Take a look at this scene out in Texas. Police in San Antonio say a milk truck driver slammed into an overpass early this morning. Nobody was hurt, but the crash sheared off the front half of the trailer's roof.
New video into our newsroom tonight. A teenager fights a police officer and it is caught on camera. Take a look here. Cell phone video shows the girl strangling, at least trying to strangle the officer here. Then a second officer appears to punch the 15-year-old. Sources say he was coming to the aid of the assaulted officer and did nothing wrong.
New tonight, beachgoers in Florida made an unusual discovery over the weekend. Someone found a World War II-era bomb. Police evacuated people living nearby. Demolition experts came in and safely blew up the device.
All right, still to come in sports. The British Open, incredible today, ends in a 3-man playoff.
Plus, we'll talk to a local baseball player now living his dream with the Detroit Tigers.
13 ABC Action Sports teaming up with BCSN. Now, here's Dave Holmes.
Mark Krause grew up in Deschler, Ohio, a former Patrick Henry Patriot. Now his Major League Baseball career has landed him in Detroit. Joe Nugent at Comerica Park with more.
Well, Dave, what a year for Mark. It's almost as if he's a global traveler. Spent some time in minor league baseball this year, played for the Los Angeles Angels, also the Tampa Bay Rays before joining the Detroit Tigers. And this is a great situation for the first baseman. The Tigers' only everyday first baseman because he's playing right down the street from his family.
It's been amazing. If you can imagine playing in the big leagues, which is always a lifelong dream, and being an hour and a half from home, I mean, it's pretty amazing. It's surreal to be in this position, really, and I'm really enjoying it and trying to take advantage of everything it offers. Like you said, being around family and seeing my family a lot more as well. So it's been great so far.
One of the benefits of playing close to home is that it doesn't take all that long to get back. And that's exactly what Mark did this past weekend as he celebrated the birth of his second child.
Being able to be close to home while my wife was going through, and now we have a new daughter, it's pretty great that I'll be able to be there for a lot of things.
Krause has played parts of 3 years in Major League Baseball. No doubt a work in progress. He's hitting less than 200, numbers that he's not at all used to. And for that matter, the Tigers are in a similar situation as they hover around the 500 mark. At Comerica Park, Joe Nugent, 13 ABC Action Sports.
As for the game itself, Tigers hosting the Mariners. First inning, Ian Kinsler quadruples. Fourth of the season, Tigers lead 1-0. But let's jump ahead to the bottom of the 8th. Detroit down a run. Man on for Kinsler. Oops. He did it again. 2-run shot, and that's a game winner. Kinsler's first multi-home run game since 2011. Tigers win 5-4. Mud Hens on the road against Lehigh Valley, which I assume is located between two Lehigh mountains. Stephen Moya hits his 14th home run of the season. Hens get a solid pitching outing from Tim Melville, and Toledo wins 5-1. Final round of the British Open, Jordan Spieth trying to win his 3rd straight major. Birdie putt on 16 for a share of the lead. No doubt about it. But on the very next hole, Spieth gives it right back. His par putt doesn't fall. He finishes a shot off the lead. Tournament goes to a 3-hole playoff. Zach Johnson prevails. The former Masters champion wins his 2nd major at St. Andrews.
This is the birthplace of the game, and that jug means so much in sports, specifically this tournament.
Reminds me of the last time we golfed, Lee. I believe you cried for mercy that day, if I'm not mistaken. Is that what happened?
Stop it. Great Tiger game tonight, Dave. All right, rain ends. Then we're tracking weather for drier times.
Here's a live look at our 13 ABC Oregon East Toledo Action Cam. Jay right back with your forecast.
One final check of the weather. Tomorrow's high near 80, becoming less humid. And after a cloudy start, maybe an early sprinkle. Skies clear. Nice Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Next chance of rain comes in Saturday night and leaving early Sunday morning.
Finally tonight, a Virginia man gets something extra in his fast food meal.
James Miner drove through Bojangles, ordered chicken, which he said was cold, so he wanted a fresh one, waited and pulled over. But when he got his new order, he found nearly $4,500 worth of bank deposits inside.
Yeah, ran inside, told the manager, says the manager didn't believe him. It was nasty. He wanted an apology. He got a free meal and a $100 gift card. And there you go. 13 minutes of nonstop news back tomorrow at 11 right here on 13 ABC.
For Lee Conklin, Jay Birchback, Dave Holmes, and all of us at 13 ABC, I'm Diane Larson. Next scheduled news tomorrow, 4:30 a.m.
Find out why more people are asking, what did Jay say? Chief Meteorologist Jay Birchback. Experienced and accurate. Only on 13 ABC.